So, customer approval system, how do you get and build real relationships with your customers? And it's done through a whole series of touches. And we will work with you on things like helping you understand what the difference is between logic and emotion in a purchase. So a typical purchase, surprise, surprise, follows the Pareto principle. 20% is based on logic, 80% is based on emotion. Anybody bought a new car recently? Or can you think back to the last time you bought a car? You go out and sit in the showroom and you smell a new car. And you think, oh, this is nice, I want to drive this car. That's an emotional decision. The smell doesn't make the car perform, but it smells nice. You go and buy yourself a new outfit because you're going to a family wedding at the weekend or what have you. You try it on and you think, oh, that feels nice, that suits me, I look good in that colour goes with my hair or my skin tone or whatever. That's an emotional decision. Interestingly, for vets, pets are an extremely emotional topic. So, can you sell on an emotional basis to your clients because they will buy and invest in making their pet happier, better, etc. Okay, so communication in selling is critical, and true communication is the response you get. So if you communicate badly, you'll get bad response. Communicate well, and you'll get good response. And I think it's you see that in all sorts of walks of life where you comment on the message you've been given from the thing that sits in the corner of the living room called the TV or whatever it is. You get communication bombarding you every minute of every day nowadays. But what if it's not only about communicating, but it's about connecting with your audience, with the person you want to buy your products or services? And the interesting thing with that is people say, well, I've lost a lot of customers recently, and it's, they're moving away, they're all dying out, etc. Market research shows that the principal reason for losing customers works out in this list. So 1% of your customers you will lose because they die. That happens sadly. 3% because they move house or move away from the area. 5% because they buy from a friend, they know somebody that does the same thing, so they'll go and buy from them. 9% because they are sold by one of your competitors. In other words, the competitor's marketing is better and they're maybe wanting to buy the product, but the competitor gets there first and they buy from the competitor. 14% because of product or price. And product and price is about a product not being as good, so they buy from somebody else that's better, or their perception of price being better elsewhere, they buy from elsewhere. But the staggering one is that 68% of people leave you because of perceived indifference. So just think about that. What are you doing that makes your customer think you don't care, or they think you don't care? And if you can close that gap, you can retain customers for a far longer period of time and get them to become much more valuable assets in your business. So do customers leave feeling satisfied with the products or service they experience from you, or do they leave you feeling that they're absolutely delighted at the experience they've had? So my wife and I go to a little hotel in Perthshire usually once a year, usually about this time of year, for a few days break. And we go back to that little hotel time and time again because we come away feeling absolutely delighted. It wasn't a case of the food was okay, the food is exceptional. It wasn't a case of feeling the staff were interested, the staff are exceptional. They know who we are and they talk to us about us as a valuable relationship in their business. So what if people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care? If you think about that, people don't care how well they know you, etc. What they care is how you demonstrate that to them, how they feel that relationship really works for them. And that goes into the model, into this bit here, the growth bit, which is about generating profitability through marketing, sales, and customer care, and getting that message across to people. So I've gone over that pretty rapidly. There's a huge amount in that, and to implement some of it doesn't just happen overnight, but we're there, and Business Academy is there to take you through that journey and help you test and measure the steps that you take to really understand what makes a difference, and then you do more of that, and hey presto, the business expands.
Excuse me, Doug. I don't know if you're there when was it Stuart Shepherd, was it? revitalised meeting. He said something like it's 7 times more expensive or time consuming to get a new customer than it is to retain an existing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
why don't we do more to retain the existing?
Yeah, and that's really what this is all about. This is about building the relationship so the customer wants to buy from you again and buy from you again and again. Buying customers now, one of my clients does a lot of the marketing on the internet, and they buy a lot of Google AdWords, and in their sector the price of Google AdWords has just gone stratospheric. They 3 years ago were spending £4,000 to £5,000 a month on marketing. They're now spending £15,000 a month on marketing. Now their business is growing, so in fairness their marketing works for them and they understand that. But the Google AdWords bit of it has just become, horrifically expensive. But one of their other big strategies is getting referrals from satisfied customers and making sure they absolutely bust a gut to keep their customers that they've got. And interestingly, their market sector is in people who are older, typically, more mature people. So they have a policy of when we get a customer, we keep them till they die. So they very much look at classic whole of life or remainder of life, which is maybe, for them will be, in some cases could be 20 years, 30 years with a customer. But yeah, so getting a new customer is very, very expensive. But if Jackie says to somebody, that business that Duncan Tannehill runs is a really good business, you should go and see him. I get a new customer or a new lead. Okay, I've got to convert, I've got to do the selling, I've got to get the person to engage with me, but the cost of getting that lead was Jackie saying a nice thing about me. And if you can get referrals, hey, they are just, they're the gold dust of business. In your business, if you do a really good job putting in new windows to somebody's house and they talk to the next door neighbour about, hey, these were great guys, the job was done on time, they were very tidy, they were very nice round about the house or whatever, then that might get you another customer referral, and that costs you nothing. It costs you maybe a wee bit of attention in the job, but it pays back dividends. So yeah, 7 times is the rule of thumb of what it costs to get a new customer versus keeping a customer or getting a customer through referral.